There is something to admire and learn about all 12 of the apostles, even Judas. Each one, in their own unique way, teaches us important lessons about what to do and the inevitable mistakes that we humans must guard against. We see their blunders, their humanity, and how they grow and learn over time. And that teaches us many things about our own lives, including our own opportunity to get better. Peter, for instance, shows us a lot about faith, how we can mean so well, professing love for Jesus, even walking on water, but fall back on bad habits and weaknesses and doubts. And yet, every step of the way, we see God was always there to forgive Peter. That's instructive, and it fills us with hope. John is another good example. He was ambitious, brazenly asking Jesus to sit next to him on his throne. But John emerges as the disciple that Jesus loves, witnessing the transfiguration and ultimately standing with Jesus at the foot of the cross. John shows me that I, too, despite my many, many flaws, can grow and change and get closer to God. And if there's hope for me, there's hope for all of us. And I think today's gospel teaches us an important lesson about another apostle, about Levi, who we more commonly refer to as Matthew. What do we see? Well, Matthew was a tax collector and a sinner, and in that position he had wealth and power and title and influence. Despite these imperfections, and, well, probably because of them, Jesus said to Matthew, "Follow me." Now, Matthew's response to Jesus' invitation is profound. Like St. Joseph, Matthew doesn't say a word to Jesus' invitation, but neither does he hesitate nor equivocate. Though he was clearly a calculating man, he didn't stop to weigh his options. He didn't lament the inevitable loss of wealth or authority that such a decision would require. He never asks Jesus if he could bring some things with him. And he never asks in a scholarly or legalistic way, "Well, Jesus, what does 'come follow me' mean exactly?" Rather, the gospel instructively tells us that he simply leaves everything behind, got up and followed him. A simple and beautiful answer to Jesus' invitation. No words, no dilly-dally, shilly-shally, quiet, resolute action. A lesson for us all. But Matthew doesn't just demonstrate a steadfast determination, but also an acknowledgement of the great gift that he's been given. For the first thing that Matthew does is not to grieve the life he left behind, but to celebrate with great joy the new life that he's been given. So he throws a banquet for Jesus, complete with other sinners, to show their great joy, their recognition of all that Jesus had done for them. This is what the readings teach us today, that Jesus gives us an opportunity to change, and we can. For as the first reading, Isaiah shows, if we remove from our midst oppression, accusation, maliciousness, if we bestow bread on the hungry and satisfy the afflicted, if we really change our hearts, then a light shall rise for us in the darkness, and the gloom shall be like midday. And who is that light? Well, it's Jesus Christ, of course. So like Matthew, don't equivocate, don't vacillate, don't dither. In fact, don't even pause to answer. Say not a word. Just leave everything behind. Get up and follow, for our great physician awaits to heal us who are sick. And once we realize what he's done for us, we'll be so filled with joy and bliss that we'll also want to celebrate. Here on earth, yes, but ultimately with Matthew and the other apostles and the saints at the banquet of the Lord.